Hi everyone, Dr. Frunkey back with another knife video. Today we have the Zero Tolerance 0801 BRZ in front of us. This is an exciting new sprint run, and this video is going to be a part 2 in a 4-part series about some exciting new Zero Tolerance limited edition knives that have been coming out recently. For those of you who follow my channel, you'll know that I talked about the 0452 CF M390 Blue a little while ago. This is also a great knife. I've been carrying this guy now for a couple of days. Very lightweight, very strong, great cutter. Check out the review I have on this knife, and you won't be disappointed. These are still available commercially. However, the 0801 BRZ represents probably a hotter commodity. Everyone loves the original 0801. I never really became a huge fan of it. I kind of thought the original design was a bit plain. The original design had some milled lines in a sort of a plain titanium handle. I was never a huge fan of it, but everyone raved about the action, about the strength, and about how well it EDC'd. And so I was always intrigued by the knife, but never really saw a version that I really liked. Now, they have had some pretty cool sprint run versions of the 0801 already. A lot of people in the knife community might recall the Copperhead that came out a few years ago. That was the sort of coppery, purpley looking anodization with the carbon fiber inlays. They had a plain version and a stone-washed version. Those also came in M390 steel. This one is an M390. The original sort of factory model comes in LMAX steel, which is also a really nice steel, but M390 is like the best of the best, honestly. So Zero Tolerance kind of came out of nowhere all of a sudden on their Facebook and Instagram, and they said, hey guys, we've got a brand new 0801 coming out. We're going to release it next week, and it's going to be very limited quantities, so pick one up. So GP Knives had this up almost immediately after that information went live. I pre-ordered from them. Thank you, GP Knives, for shipping this very quickly. I'm not endorsed by anyone. I do not get paid for these videos, but I do recognize people who do good business. So this knife is cool, very cool, very cool. I did not really, like I said, enjoy the first one, but when they showed these bronze handles, I just said, dang, I gotta have that. So I picked it up. Let's talk about this knife in terms of its different components. So we'll start with the blade here. So it's got the standard profile of the original blade, except this one's just a bit nicer, I think. They've done the M390 with a nice machine satin on the primary bevel here. They have it on the top swedge as well. Very fine grain satin finish on that. There is a heavy stonewash on the flats, and of course you have your ZT billboarding and Kai billboarding as standard. The Rex for Design serial 0335. You know, maybe they made 500 of these guys. Who knows how many of these they ever make. I would like to know those numbers on some of these knives. Fairly standard profile blade, drop point blade, really nice, very good for everyday cutting tasks. A high flat grind. It's not ultra thick, but it is beefy enough that if you wanted to cut through or pry some things, you could. The blade thickness is carried almost all the way out to the tip, and provides for a really strong tip out there, so that's really cool. It has a standard KVT ball bearing pivot, nice and smooth actions. I just opened this guy up just a couple hours ago. I flipped it a few times, but straight away from the box it was just buttery smooth. Opens really well. Already can just kind of almost shake it closed. It's not quite there yet, but I think it will be in a couple of days. So let's get down to the actual exciting new piece on this knife, and that's the handle. As you can tell, the main difference in the handle here, besides the color, is the millwork. So they've milled some very nice holes, 5 holes here, all the way down the middle of the knife. And that allows you to see that gorgeous blade sitting inside of there when the knife is closed. I think it also will provide a lot of weight savings. That's a lot of metal that they've taken out there. It also provides some nice traction points for when you want to open the knife. Action is incredible. They've really, really tuned that and dialed it in nicely. ZT is on point. with their frame lock flippers. I mean, there's just no denying. They're the best in the business at this right now. The bronze is a beautiful color. It's very deep and dark. It's got nice golds to it. The cool thing that I like about this that I've noticed right away is that if you get some of your finger oils kind of all up on there, it actually will start changing into some purple hues, and it is gorgeous. It makes me want to put my hands on it. It makes me want to sort of touch it all over and get some oils on it and get some different colors on there. You can see it a little bit better maybe in the little mill lines up here. The variations that you get just from putting your fingers on it is very neat. It's a nice effect. Well done on this anodization. That makes it a whole lot of fun. A small difference also on this sprint run, you'll notice, is this pivot. This is a hex pivot as opposed to the standard production model where it just has a circular pivot with the Torx bit back here. This is a nice addition to this knife. For those in the know, a hexed pivot or a fixed pivot back here that doesn't rotate will allow the pivot to sort of maintain its tightness and not go loose on you. So that's a really nice change that they made there. Black hardware up here, a nice deep carry pocket clip. I'm a big fan of deep carry. These little holes kind of allow you to get a little bit better of a grip on the knife too when you're pulling it out. That's kind of neat. I do prefer this larger deep carry clip. I think that the 0452 looks a little silly being so huge with a tiny little baby clip, but hey, what are you gonna do? It works for that knife. I think this works for this knife. I like that clip. I usually replace my clips pretty quickly, but I might actually keep that one on there. So I'm going to keep this video relatively short. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, click like and subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot more videos coming up. I've got another ZT limited edition on the way. It should be here sometime in the next week or so. And then I'm going to bring them all together, and we're going to talk about ZT as a company and how they do their sprint runs and why they're so damn good. So take one last look at this 0801 BRZ. Come back, check out my other videos. Great seeing you guys, and as always, take care.